Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another third-party unlicensed 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review. Now today we are taking a look at the SSR, The Mad Clown Returns, aka the Joker from The Dark Knight Returns, my favourite Batman storyline of all time, of course, by Frank Miller, so I'm more than just a little bit excited to get him out here. Don't forget though, this is made by SSR in an unofficial capacity. I have popped the link to toyswonderland.com in the description below for your reference purposes only. That's where I got mine from, but this is by no means a promotional video, no. This is a review on a figure I picked up for my own personal collection. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button so you're notified as soon as a brand new review goes live on the channel. As for the box art, it's very psychedelic in terms of the color scheme, perfect for Joker. Down below this creepy looking smile plus clown, the Madman Returns. We also have a silhouetted image of Joker ripped straight from The Dark Knight Returns. On the side of the box, J, of course, for Joker, and on the back, nothing. Now, I've been pretty excited to get this. I'm a huge fan of SSR. I know that their figures can be a little bit pricey and they're a limited run, but for all the figures I've gotten from them so far, I've been really happy. First in-hand impressions for Joker, though. Yeah, they are pretty darn positive. What we are going to do now is get all of his accessories laid out in the light box and take a closer look at everything he comes with. Starting off with the display base first, it's a much more modern Hot Toys style display base. Up top we have ha ha ha, not very Dark Knight Returns specific, but I guess it does work, it's Joker specific. Around the front, Joker on an etched metal nameplate. Then up top, a regular crotch grabber. Next up, we do get two head sculpts, and I like them both, although my favourite might just be this one. Now, the neutral expression is well done. I like the skin texture and the vein work, plus the little shading underneath his eyes. His lipstick is a super vibrant red, and is it just me, or does this kind of look like Willem Dafoe? I see it from certain angles, but from others it's just straight up comic book Joker. Then we have this head sculpt, like I said, my favourite of the two. The teeth are beautifully painted, super wet and glossy looking just like his tongue, but as you can see, you've got a batarang in the eye and it's removable. Just like in the story, you can wedge that in there and oh, you bet that's exactly what I'm going to do in my display. Some of these accessories don't really have any business being here. The cane and the bang flag, he never used either in the books, but I don't know, having more accessories, I guess, is a good thing. The cane is glossy black plastic with some pops of gold. The pistol is kind of not all that accurate. In the book, he had this very cartoony style pistol, but if I was to say what gun it looked like in real life, I would have said 1911, not revolver. You can remove the bang flag, the little post is real metal, and the flag is fabric. The hammer is movable, you can slide it backwards and forwards, and you can rotate the middle section out with some painted bullet detail. We also get some smaller accessories like these chattering teeth with a proper working spring. They can chatter, very comic book Joker. Then a Joker playing card which is quite filthy. A stack of bills all printed, and then a hunting knife done in shiny metallic silver and black for the handle. And lastly, a full array of hands. I'm pretty sure these were borrowed from Hot Toys DX08, but I'm not mad at that. I like the array of gestures and the sculpting. There's a lot of texture here. Now, unfortunately, even though we do get a bunch of hands and they look good, they're really hard to pop on the body. This material is super sturdy. Normally they'd be this squishy rubber, but here they're really rigid. So like I said, sliding these onto the ball joints is a bit of a challenge. Heat them up first. What we are going to do now though is get Joker himself out here. Standing straight up and down in the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that. Now, translating Frank Miller's crazy art style into 1/6 scale, yeah, that can't have been easy. But SSR, y'all have delivered the goods. Starting off with the body, I have no idea what kind of body they use, but it's perfect for this version of Joker. It's super broad at the shoulders, it narrows down at the waist, it's got this huge V-taper, but that's exactly how he was drawn. You may be thinking, Justin, this is not the Joker, the clown prince of crime. He wears purple and orange and has this big goofy grin. Well, yeah, normally he does, but go ahead and read The Dark Knight Returns. He looks exactly like this. Up close and personal, kicking things off with the head sculpt first. Don't worry, I'm not going to gush again. You'll know I love both these sculpts, but on the body, they look even better, and yes, we'll try the Batarang head sculpt out in just a second. I thought that the neck could potentially be slightly too short, but it turns out a non-issue. They're adjustable. You can move the head sculpt up and down on this kind of sliding cylindrical neck peg, so if you want it up higher, you can do that. If you want to push it down, you can do that too. The collar is nice and tight around the neck. There's a slight gap for range of motion, but it's not too much. This head sculpt though, as you all know, my favorite of the two. There's so much character here, there's zaniness, there's wackiness, there's gruesomeness with the Batarang in the eye, there's a lot going on, but it's classic Dark Knight Returns Joker. This head sculpt, long story short, it's iconic. Moving on to the outfit though, it is simple, I'm not gonna lie. It's a white business suit, a kind of bluish purple shirt, and a silver tie, but it's all really well fitted to the body. What kind of body this is, I don't know. It's really broad up here and tapers down to a quite narrow waist. It's one of the first bodies I've ever seen that does this, but that's how he looked in the book, so it's how he looks in 1/6 scale also. You can undo the jacket if you so choose to expose a little bit more of the shirt. There are some faux buttons along the front. And yes, the tie is pre-tied out of the box, no work required by you. You also can kind of futz around with the sleeves of the jacket. They do sit quite low, but when you get to posing and you bend the arm, they kind of pull back just a touch. The sleeve for the shirt is somewhere inside the jacket. You can also pull that down to expose a little bit of the cuff. His pants do ride a little bit high, but maybe that's era-specific, I don't know. Plus, when you do up the jacket, you can't see the top of the pants anyway. You do have some real belt loops, so you can add a belt if you so choose. Unfortunately, he doesn't come with one. You do have some real pockets, so you can pop some stuff in there, or maybe just pop his hands in. There's this soft crease down the front, which I like. The material is also suitably lightweight, so when it breaks at the ankles on the boots, it kind of wrinkles quite naturally. You can pull the pants up just a little bit higher if you want them to be more form-fitting with less wrinkling. Then for the boots, they're kind of high tops, but you can see that joint, so they don't really impact articulation. They almost look like copies of the Hot Toys Jack Nicholson Joker boots, but I could be wrong. I like the white and black combo with the black laces around the front. Then on the underside, nothing. They're completely smooth. For a quick side-by-side comparison, here we have SSR's Joker on the left, and on the right, Batman by Rovenick Studios. Now, even though they're both from The Dark Knight Returns, they're from two completely different companies. And that's why you're seeing some disparity when it comes to the height here. Batman is significantly shorter, but he's a lot bigger and wider and chunkier, whereas Joker is more tall, slender, still well built, but is this accurate to the book? Honestly, I don't know. I know that Joker was a relatively tall dude, but I reckon the scaling between SSR's Joker and their upcoming Dark Knight Returns Batman will be slightly better than what we can see here. And of course, when their Batman comes out, we will redo this comparison, don't worry. Going over articulation, do bear in mind this is my personal copy, so I'm going to be a touch more careful. Also, I've left the jacket unbuttoned because if I didn't and I started moving the joints, it would probably pop open anyway. Starting off with the head sculpt, fixed neck and a ball joint at the bottom, looking forward just a touch, looking back significantly further, swivel and pivot side to side. The arms will go up to there, they will go forward and back. You don't unfortunately have a butterfly at the shoulder. You do have a single bend at the elbow that incorporates a swivel, plus a regular 1/6 scale wrist peg. The torso does crunch forward and back, swivel and pivot. The legs will go forward to there, going out to there, swivel at the upper thigh, double bend at the knee going the full way, then of course a double ball peg down here for the ankle. Wrapping up on SSR's The Joker, based off his appearance in Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns. My favorite Batman storyline of all time, so yes, as soon as SSR announced this guy and their Batman, I was all in. And I'm really glad that I was all in because this guy turned out great. This might just be my current favorite SSR figure that they've released so far. Starting off with the body, it's big, it's bulky, maybe not something you'd associate normally with Joker, but in the storyline, he looked like this. He had the big broad shoulders, the narrow waist, the white suit, the purple shirt. Yeah, SSR have captured this look beautifully. And then, the icing on the cake for me, that head sculpt with the Batarang in the eye. It's something I've wanted in 1/6 scale forever, and SSR, well done. I love the fact that you can take the Batarang out or pop it in. It makes it feel just a little bit more visceral. Now, okay, you may be thinking, well, it's not based off an actor's likeness. They had a bunch of creative liberty here, and yes, they did. But they took that creative liberty and ran with it. He looks realistic, but also comic booky at the same time. I could totally see a world where someone pops this in their movie display just as easily as their comic display. So, at the end of the day, dope or nope, this guy is 100% dope. Now, don't forget, he is an unlicensed, unofficial product. This is a custom run, it's relatively limited. I got mine from toyswonderland.com. I have popped the link in the description below for your reference purposes only. This is by no means a promotional video. This is a review on a figure I picked up for my own personal Dark Knight Returns collection. While you are down there though, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment and subscribe and we'll catch you in the next video.